Hello everyone, Charles1 here with Star Gaming, here to casting another StarCraft 2 match for you guys. This time it is a best of 3 series between our, what is that, Orange Protoss, or Orange Zerg, or, I'm sorry, even Orange Terran Greatjnight versus our green Protoss Bowlbasaur. This was at a tournament. This is a best of 3 game, or best of 3 series rather, so let's go ahead. Instead of Greatjnight being, the standard Protoss that we've seen out of him the past 2 games I've cast of him, he's now actually playing Terran. So this is a TvP, and yeah, this time he is not playing Protoss. So let's just go ahead and start the game. I believe this is MLG. I actually forget the name of this map as well. God, it's been so long since I've actually played StarCraft 2. I forget all the names of these maps, but if you guys remember, please tell me. If anything, I'll try and look up the, it should be in the title up above, best of 3 on whatever map, but yeah, if it's not, please guys, let me know which map this is. We do, however, have, we just have, standard, build order right now out of our Terran and out of our Protoss as well. Our Toss isn't going to go ahead and wall off down here in his base because, really why bother? Actually, they are in, what is this? Close position, so close by air. I believe these were still done in Season 2 and 3. This is a tournament setting. So, right now Greatjnight is going to go ahead and scout out after his first supply depot. And our Toss right here, Bowlbasaur, is also going to go ahead and scout out to his first pylon. No idea what's up with the lag. Sorry if you guys hear my AC, but it gets pretty hot down here in Florida. I'm sorry, but we do see Bowlbasaur going ahead and dropping a gateway down, and we do have Greatjnight going ahead and dumping down the barracks right here. He may decide to wall off, dumping a supply depot right here, but we never know. He could also put down like a, he could lift his barracks up, change the position, and drop down a reactor or a tech lab. But we do see, let's see now, our Protoss does go ahead and, or our Terran rather, I'm sorry, does go ahead and scout out his Protoss opponent, but our Protoss hasn't found Greatjnight yet. But through process of elimination, he does know where our Terran is. And again, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep on calling Greatjnight Protoss, but even though he's Terran right now. We do see, however, Greatjnight is kind of close to being supply blocked, but he actually does go ahead and wall off here and gets, nice couple shots off with his Marine onto that probe. That probe may go ahead and dump down a proxy pylon either up here or up here, so that when he does eventually get Warp Gate with that Cyber Core just about complete, he'll be able to warp in some units up here and maybe, do a counterattack while he's also being attacked. But, yeah, we do see Greatjnight's going for a pretty standard build. He's got 3 in gas right now. He's, about halfway saturated in his main base. He does go ahead and dump down another barracks, so 2 racks approach right now. The Cyber Core is up, but our Toss actually still hasn't there we go. He finally does go ahead and dump down a Chrono Boost onto that Cyber Core. I guess he was waiting till that SCV was dead, which it now is. But we do see now Greatjnight's going ahead getting another refinery. He's finally getting a factory. And I believe that's still his first, his second barracks still building right there. That barracks may go ahead and be a tech lab or a reactor. We'll just have to wait here and see. I think right now he's just going to go ahead and start mass producing, or he'll get 1 Marine out, and then he'll go ahead and go for either the tech lab or the reactor. So again, we'll just have to wait and find out. We do have Warp Gate research about halfway done. We've got Stalker being built right now. I'm sorry, and our Toss right now is on 2 gateways, which he can go up to 3, but it's hard to sustain that. He's actually going for a more standard 2-gate robo build, and he is still barely going ahead and dumping down Chronos into that Cyber Core. He's yeah, he's about to still have over half on his energy on that Nexus, and yeah, he could have gotten that warp gate research out a long time ago. He does go ahead and drop down another gateway, bringing him up to 3 gateways, 1 robo. We do see a starport on the way, and Greatjnight did just go ahead and build a Hellion, and he also did get the tech lab. He actually has a reactor on that first barracks he built, and he is going ahead and researching Stim first. Stim pack does take the longest out of all of the upgrades for Terran, rather, as far as like from the tech lab on a barracks at least. It's 170 in-game seconds versus the 110 of combat shield, 60 of concussive shell, and 100 of nitro packs, which, to be honest, nobody really buys nitro packs, but it does look like Greatjnight's also going to go ahead and get Blue Flame right now, the Infernal Pre-Igniter. So he's going not your traditional 1-1-1 build. The traditional 1-1-1 is Marine Marauder Medevac, but this isn't 1-1-1 at all. It's 2-1-1. You know, two barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. He doesn't even have a tech lab or reactor on that starport, but I feel it's going to be a reactor soon. Or he may, after getting Infernal Pre-Igniter, go ahead and, raise that factory, dump it down, like, right over here, and swap out the starport onto the tech lab and go ahead and start producing maybe Banshees or Ravens. But we'll just have to see right now. We do see our toss right now, Bowlbasaur, going ahead and getting an observer in here, which we can actually see now. You know, he's finally figuring out what his opponent's doing. Meanwhile, Greatjnight really doesn't have any clue on what's going on. However, we do. We do know there's the 3-gate robo going on right now. Actually, he finally got a forge, so he can go ahead and start getting the +1 either shields or ground attack or ground armor. And actually, we do see now the concussive shell being researched by our Terran up here. And no, surprising enough, Greatjnight doesn't go ahead and, even after getting Infernal Pre-Igniter, going ahead and swapping the factory, and getting a reactor on it. Because once you're done with that research, you can just go ahead and plop a reactor on it and get, double Hellion production with Infernal Pre-Igniter. But as I said, he is getting a concussive shell. He does have a barracks right here full of Marauders. Given Marauders are big, beefy units, they can only take up 2 spots in the bunker. But it looks like Greatjnight's almost stuck in his base. He's got a pretty bad funnel right here for his own units to go through. Either right here or right here if he lows down that supply depot. But we do see a 4 Hellion drop actually. 4 Hellion drop into the main base of Bowlbasaur would be pretty bad. But we'll just have to see what happens. Infernal Pre-Igniter, it hurts pretty bad. Let's see. They do 24 versus light. Probes count as light, so they 2-shot the probes. But given there's 4 Hellions right here, they do just go ahead and roast away about, what is that, 4 probes for the cost of 2 Hellions so far. I'm saying 2 because, so 4 probes for the cost of 3 Hellions. 4 Hellions, so that's an entire command center worth of Hellions for, let's go ahead and see. Wrong one. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see units killed here, which is Control R. That was 13 workers killed. So that was actually pretty worth it, for Greatjnight to go ahead and do that. That was 15 workers killed, all with Infernal Pre-Igniter. That's, let's see, each probe is 50, so yeah, that was well worth it. That was more than a Nexus worth of probes, or rather more than even a command center worth of probes that the Protoss just lost. We do see Greatjnight's now going ahead and expanding down here to his natural, and he is morphing that into a orbital command, so that he can go ahead and start dropping mules up here, saturate this with mules, because let's be honest, his main's starting to get pretty mined out, and our Toss already has his second, his natural already up and running. Meanwhile, Greatjnight's just now going ahead and getting his natural. But he is pretty heavily fortifying his natural right here. So he's almost impenetrable via this angle, but if Bulbasaur comes in from this angle up here, he can just run all the way up here and just completely bypass most of those bunkers and maybe get hit only by, these two while trying to go up this ramp right here. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. These bunkers do now have, a total of 6 Marauders inside of them, so there won't be anything running away from those bunkers. Let's just be honest with that one. But let's go ahead and check out the visions right now. Greatjnight still has no idea what's going on in the space other than, there's 3-gate Robo, and he knows that his opponent's natural is up, versus Bulbasaur knows exactly what's going on. He's got 2 observers and able to see everything, and actually able to see the double engineering bay, but I don't think he sees them working. No, he doesn't, so he doesn't know that double upgrades are on the way. So, yeah. Actually, both players right now are pretty heavily supply blocked. However, Bulbasaur does have 3 pylons being dropped down simultaneously, and he now has his has a 4th gateway coming out, so it'll be 4-gate double Robo. Wow. And actually, our Toss right now did just go ahead and get ground level 1 ground attack. He already had level 1 armor, and I think he has Blink. No, he doesn't. However, in the meantime, we do have Greatjnight finally getting Combat Shield for his Marines. That's a pretty useful upgrade, but not completely necessary. We do see Greatjnight, however, loading up a couple of Marauders and Marines, getting ready to drop Bulbasaur again. But we'll just have to find out if it's actually gonna be beneficial to him again. We do have a Armory coming up, so that way Greatjnight can go ahead and continue on with the double upgrades. But yeah, it looks like Greatjnight's also going to take out a pylon here for free block or supply block Bulbasaur again, and he's going to go ahead and focus the Forge instead of the pylons. He does go ahead and stem to take out that Forge really, really quick, but I think he may have just overstemmed, and he's going to lose 1 medevac. He may also lose 2. No, he doesn't. That medevac barely gets away. But he did just do some pretty decent harassment. Now, Bulbasaur's going to have to go ahead and rebuild that Forge in a different location. But he does have, 2 clusters at a time coming out pretty much. But he is supply blocked, so he does have to drop a couple more pylons, which we do see him drop all 5 of them down right here, which is a pretty standard place to put pylons. If you're not trying to SimCity everything. What I mean by SimCity is you make it kind of like a maze. It's a choke point for your enemy. It's more beneficial to you than it is to your enemy, but it can work against you given this circumstances. But Greatjnight is severely supply blocked here. But Bulbasaur, he's going to be starting to get supply blocked soon as well. We do have the 2-2 on the way right now for Greatjnight. The double Viking production. He's got a Marauder at a time, double Marines. He's got 2 SCVs at a time. He's got another Starport on the way, and another Command Center. So he's looking to either expand here or to the high yield, which Bulbasaur actually does know. And actually, we do see right now the bunkers do get taken out right here, but it does look like Greatjnight's going to go ahead and hold this for now. I'm going to say mostly due to those bunkers, but he actually does manage to get all of the classes that were up, so that's a pretty big one for him. Bulbasaur is now down to 68 out of 148 supply, whereas Greatjnight's only at 117 out of 142. And, I mean, let's be honest here. Workers killed, Greatjnight's still pulling ahead. But units killed, it's starting to even up. Bulbasaur is killing more units, but Greatjnight just really is starting to pull ahead right now. if he does continue to get those favorable engagements like he just got there. Those force fields that Bulbasaur did toss down did go ahead and help him immensely. But yeah, he was able to take out 2 bunkers thanks to very, very well placed force fields. Greatjnight did go ahead and pull off 1 mule and a couple of SUVs to try and repair the bunkers that were right over here, but they just couldn't get to the bunkers in time. But yeah, as we see right now, Psystorm is being researched, plus 2 ground weapons for our toss being researched. We got ship weapons level 1 for our Terrans Vikings right now. We got plus 3 infantry plus 3 infantry weapons and armor. We got triple Marauder production, double Marine. We got a planetary coming up right up here. So he's going to be really nice and secure up here at this expansion. And yeah, we got just a bunch of upgrades all around. This is what I want to see. Not, nice long macro oriented game instead of quick, really quick game where it's all cheese. I'd rather see this type of game than a cheese game. Let's be completely honest. But the upgrades are heavily favoring our Terran right now. But I wouldn't count that Psystorm out just yet. I mean, if our toss does get a couple of good Psystorms down, he's pretty much in the lead. Even if he gets a good couple of feedbacks off, he can one-shot those medevacs, and the Marines and Marauders are pretty much left without heals. So we'll just have to see what the turnout is. We don't ever have the upgrade for High Templar from that, what is it? I thought it was the Templar Archives at least. I guess I was wrong. I guess that wasn't implemented just yet, but there was an upgrade at least to increase the starting energy of your High Templar, allowing you to pretty much Psystorm right off the bat as soon as they spawn. But how many High Templar does he have? He has about 5? Yeah, he has about 5 High Templar, and that's, about 5 storms right now, so if you can get good, good 2 storms off, kill off most of the Marines that are right here, and, damage a lot of those Marauders, if not kill some of them. So, again, we'll just have to see. We got ship weapons level 2 coming out for our Terran right now. Ground weapons level 3 for our Protoss, and he's starting to build more Zealots than anything else. But he's also trying to hide the fact that he's got some Colossus and High Templar with 1 Sentry in the mix. But I think Greatjnight's about to find that out. And actually, yes, he does now. And actually, he will go ahead and almost completely kill that Colossus. He'll be able to get one of those Colossus actually here in the next few seconds if he decides to go, turn around and shoot it. He actually takes 2 of them out. Our Toss, however, does get a couple of storms off right here. He gets them off on, big clump of Marauders and Marines. It actually gets more storms off. Oh my god, the storms are so good! So good on the storms, but it's not enough. Those Marauders are super low on health. Looks like our Toss right now is just going to start running away. He really can't do much else. He's trying to warp in some Zealots right now, but yeah, it looks like he's pretty much down and out in the first out of the 3-game series right now. But we'll just have to go ahead and see. I mean, if Greatjnight does decide to back off, Bowlbasaur can come back, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. However, our Toss does have an expansion down here, but he's hovering about 2,700 resources, and our Terran's hovering about 2,000. So neither one of them are doing pretty good on the macro, or not? Yeah, the macro. But they, as we do see, Bowlbasaur does go ahead and GG out of the first game, giving Greatjnight in the series a 1-0 victory. And I believe this was a best of 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast the second game, and even see if there's a third. All I know is he sent me a couple of games, and I'm just casting them in the order I see them in. So that's it, guys. There'll be an annotation up here in the top right hand side to the second game. But my name has been Charles Wilm with Starter Gaming. I'll talk to you guys next time.